Get to it, man. We got a lot to talk about. I know you're excited about getting into some things,
Love is blind.
but our boy Killer Mike, I knew this was gonna happen. Like once you win the Grammy, that's when you start getting everybody start getting in your business.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody start having something to say about what you're doing.
When you at the top, people start like looking closer and looking for stuff.
No, it definitely happens that way. All right, so I'm gonna play this little video of Killer Mike. Some videos of have been resurfacing of him, and man, I knew this was gonna happen because he's very, even though he was working with Bernie Sanders and all them, he's very like right idealized. Like he has a lot of right wing ideology. So this was the first one that got everybody so pissed off because basically they called him a dream killer. So he's talking to two kids. The first kid that you can obviously tell he's going to be a Caucasian kid. And then he talks to a little black boy after that. So hold on, I'm going to play this video. This was on his show. I don't know. Did you watch this show?
I did watch the show. It was on like Viceland?
Netflix.
Oh, it was on Netflix?
It was a Netflix show. So
it was during the pandemic, right?
Either shortly, like 2021 it might have came out. So
yeah.
I'm a scientist, and I'm trying to find a cure for cancer. And I'm going to make a rocket that can go into the sun.
What do you want to do, Nero?
A president, and I will make
You want to be a president? Yes, Mason.
I forgot to tell you, I'm going to be a scientist, remember?
Yes.
And I'm going to make this potion that will make my whole family superheroes.
You owe your parents not to dream big. You know, you owe it to your parents to dream practical and start making money as soon as you can. Like, you're not going to be able to be president. Do you guys know what a carpenter is?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
why is that the reaction is wow though?
That's great because why would you tell so all of these kids were in the same room, right?
Yeah, they were all sitting down in a classroom together.
So he was talking to all of them when he was saying you owe it to your parents to dream practically and start making money immediately.
Yeah, he was talking to all of them when he said that.
And then he directs his attention to the little black boy, and then he's like,
He stopped.
"You're not going to be president, though.
Yeah,
you
he did.
specifically can't dream big. You nigga." Everybody can't dream big, but specifically you, little nigga.
That is how everybody
You
took
can't
that.
dream big.
I didn't take it like that. That's how everybody took that. I thought he was being like kind of what I said earlier on one of our shows where I was like, you have to, the carpenters, the plumbers, the mechanics, like we have to push that, make that cool.
We do have to make that cool. I think it's
one president. It's a million niggas.
Yeah, I think it's very important for us to put more importance on trades, but at the same time, like these are children that you're just seeing for that day. Like, why would you not just be like, go ahead? Yeah, it's a very hard job, and you have to be a very specific way your entire life. But if that's what you want to do and you want to dedicate your entire life to, it's difficult. But go ahead.
I'll tell the story. You let me know if we need to cut it out. But when my son went to a camp, right? Mm-hmm. He was a soccer camp, and he told me how he scored a goal, but the kids, they lost. So what I told him was, at the end of the day, if your effort is to win the game, you didn't do that. And I was telling him, like, when you're special people do special things. You have to do it to be that. Can't just be special just because you say you are. Mm-hmm. And you have to do it. So I told him, like, hey, yeah, you made the goal, but you didn't win. Like, so I didn't feel like I was shooting his dream down. I just felt like I was pushing him to accomplish more.
That's not bad if you framed it in that way.
Yeah, I felt like I did.
Yeah, but like this
he was like
is
7, so I don't know how he might have misinterpreted. He was like 7.
Killer Mike didn't frame it that way. He was like, and you're not going to be president. Like, that's all he said. Like, what?
I mean, but the world is going to say that to you in a way less subtle way. Like it's going to show you can't be president in a lot more.
You think that was a subtle way? He said.
No, I'm saying that wasn't subtle. I'm saying the world is going to show you in more, more subtle ways.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, that's a reality and a truth that, like, more often than not, like, you're probably not going to be president. This kid over here is talking about making a super potion for his parents. Like, come on, guys, we're shooting a little too high here.
I feel like when he said you owe your parents to dream a little bit more practically, he was talking to that kid, though. Like, you're not going to make a rocket that goes into the sun while making a potion that makes your parents superheroes.
Yeah, like I said, and he can dream like that too. Cause that was a little white boy, but the little black boy, I feel like it's important to put a shine and a light on these trade jobs, and I think that's important. Now, I'm not gonna feel like the tradesman is going to fix the black community. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a trade for that, but I think it's important to frame these jobs and make them look and treat them as how important they are.
Yeah.
Like, you do not want to wake up and your toilet don't work. I promise you. Like, that sucks.
And these people make a good amount of money. Welders, carpenters, plumbers make so much money. Like, if you are good at your craft and you're doing it for a long time, then it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be making more than just a good living. So it's not even like a bottom of the barrel option. It's a very, very good option. And we do need to highlight it more.
But so another video came out where it looks like they were like at a town hall meeting, and they're talking about just some of the things that go on in regards to like teenage pregnancy, which I think it's important to know teenage pregnancy is down, like statistically speaking. Like
that's because the kids are on their phones and not fucking.
That, and also it's like, I mean, that's true.
They don't want to do this.
But also too, more women. Also, too, more girls have access to different birth control. Like, a lot of y'all are getting a shot at 16.
You can order birth control online.
Yeah, I'm talking about even the shot. Like, it's even more where you don't have to take the pill anymore.
Yeah.
They'll just give you the shot now. They'll give you all sorts of shit to put the UDI up there.
Period. Fuck them kids.
Hey, no, you got to bring it. You got to put it all. If we got a little girl, she get all of it. We just going to super all up. Shot, UDI, all that.
Don't know about that.
We got to keep her safe.
I don't know about that.
You got to keep her safe.
We are going to.
That's our job, is to keep her safe.
I think we are going to openly talk about sex in a very candid way with our children from as soon as it's appropriate. I think around like 10.
Yeah, but we got to do some. We got to do some biological policing.
But birth control just does so much to your body as a woman, like as far as like mood swings and this and that, and like
she ain't a woman, she a little girl.
It messes you up. So I just don't want to. I don't want to mess with our kids' hormones and their balance and all of that before they're even like fully cognitively developed.
I'm sure by that time that happens, the medicine will be
you're like
shored up.
Such a consent warrior.
Yeah, but as a child, her consent comes from us.
No, that's not how you feel.
Yes, it is.
That's not how you feel at all.
Yes, it is. Her consent comes from us. All right, so this kind of actually bleeds into the next topic with Killer Mike in it. So this is the other video right here. So again, he was at a little town hall meeting.
Pregnant as a teenager, young man and woman get pregnant. This is the 2-year plan. First 2 years are debt-free. You don't have to pay the government anything back. So she doesn't get to drag him into court and the court doesn't say, you owe us money for investing in your child through food programs, through early Head Start programs. Because in those 2 years, the boy has the option, or not even the option, he has the demand of the co-man to then go to a trade school. You have to go to a trade school, which incentivizes the United States to do it because we need more tradespeople. We don't have enough carpenters, we don't have enough electricians, we don't have enough people building roads. In my community, the girls are going to college and graduate. They have no men to marry because the boys are not going to college in the same way. My teachers were married to a tradesman. My teacher, who we call doctor, her husband owned a locksmith company. Her husband was a carpenter, was a mechanic. So they had a good life. Their kids went to school, right, the same schools we went to. I think that the incentive to solving the child support problem and a part of solving our infrastructure problem is to incentivize young boys who have gotten a girl pregnant. You must now go through 2 years of trade school.
Oh, wait a minute. So, okay, I like what you're saying.
Let me give you the rest of the answer first.
Okay, go ahead.
After that boy graduates, you get a further incentive if you and the girl marry. If you and the girl marry, we'll give you these incentives: zero finance home loans, something out of HUD besides an apartment with a leaky faucet and rats and roaches in it, but incentivize marriage, which then strengthens our community, the black community, and strengthens the greater community, because now you have more American marriages, you have people with stronger financial stability, and you have tradespeople married to women of education, and you begin to recreate communities like what Auburn Avenue was, what Edgewood was. I believe you could do this from the executive order, because the money that funnels down from the feds through the states to help mothers, then it can be attached, well, we're not only helping mothers, we're helping fathers too. If a boy gets a woman pregnant, not only does she receive TANF, I see your face, right? Good idea. If a woman receives TANF, she receives this, the boy now has a must You're federally required now to go to trade school. And in those 2 years, what you put out on the other side is a person who's trained, a person who has an incentive to marry, and a person who becomes a taxpayer and not just a taker of tax.
So I feel like he needed to continue on with like what the woman would get and child care and the incentive to keep the child and not abort that shit.
Well, that was going to be my thing is this. If you, to end all this, to not even get into this discussion, and again, being in a state that's in the South where they're trying to limit this, safe, free, knowledgeable abortions ends all that.
Like what we were talking about before, knowledge, sexual health knowledge, comprehensive sexual health knowledge, and then, the
option to choose.
Yeah, that's it. The all of this is not going to be necessary if there's safe, free abortions.
Like, you just kind of get all of that taken out of the way. Like, again, the teenage pregnancy rate is low. And then when you really think about it, there's studies that show that the teenage girls are not sleeping with their teenage boys. Like, they're sleeping with older men, which is problematic in and of itself. But, yeah.
So teenage pregnancies,
I'm a rare occurrence.
Are usually like
older. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm a rare occurrence when it comes to that.
I'm gonna do a Google, but
yeah, there was an article I read about that.
Crazy.
There was an article.
I did not know that.
Yeah, when the people were talking about this, somebody put an article about that where they were saying like, girls were having twice as more sex in high school or whatever than the guys, and it just kind of led to the.
Wait, so the girls are having more sex than the guys in high school, but
and they started having sex younger. Yeah.
Oh, so. Ooh.
Like the article was talking about girls were saying they started to have sex younger, they were having sex more frequently, and you can kind of put pieces together that they're sleeping with older guys.
Oh wow, that is very interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's more common than people would want to believe.
Yeah.
Like I said, because
I definitely don't want to believe that.
Yeah, my teenage story, we were 3 months apart, so like that's I think that's probably rarer than most people would think.
Yeah.
Then how common it, not everybody, not like 16 and pregnant where they just showed everybody it was all kids. Like, nah, these be nasty men involved with these girls.
Yeah. My high school had a alarming amount of teenage pregnancies, but also my high school was huge. So it was, I don't know how ratio wise that would work out, but there was so many pregnant girls in my school, bro. So many. But our graduating class was also 1,400 people, so.
I feel like it feels like it's a lot when you're younger because you're a kid and you're not used to seeing that. But I think when you actually do that math on it, they weren't as many as you percentage wise as you would think.
Maybe not, but it was like y'all are.
Folks was getting busy.
Y'all are getting down.
But yeah, a lot of folks he's getting a lot of heck, for a lot of his opinions. I told you this is what was going on. This is why he did the arrest thing, because he getting hell for some of his right-leaning opinions. They was talking about it. I remember he had a conversation with what's the Republican Kemp. He was having conversations with Kemp. Again, man.
Ooh, they said teen pregnancy has gone down 77% in the past 20 years. It's been becoming less and less and less of a problem.
Yeah, that just showed you how dumb I was. But you were the dumb kids. But yeah, like the numbers is staggering going down when you have so much more access to birth control and things of that nature. Like it just goes down.
That's what happens.
So, and
we love that for us.
But I mean,
kids.
Let's just kind of wrap this subject up with it. But I just seen that like Killer Mike he's going to have to do a lot of cleaning up in regards to the community, because I just see where it shows a lot of traitor-like behavior, man. I said the same thing about him supporting, Atlanta PD and shit. Like, again,
how could you support Atlanta PD after like all of the rhetoric that you've been spewing for?
Also, a lot of people noted too, this was like some slavery type shit. You trying to get niggas in trades and stuff to work. Like, I get what people were trying to say. I just hate that they're trying to use trades like that's a bad option. That was my only problem. I don't want to see it like it's a bad option for what people need to do. It just shouldn't be a mandatory.
With your hands and manual labor is not slavery. It doesn't it's not synonymous.
But when you make it mandatory,
slavery.
but you make it mandatory by the state.
that was the thing that I was like very iffy about in his whole speech, because if you want to opt out of that, is there a punishment in this system? Like, those are the questions that I would ask him about this.
Yeah, I mean, they would do some probably jail time knowing him.
Yeah, and
they want to throw niggas in jail. Like, that's the shit they be on, man. This is what it is. Like, and it always bothers me, this brand of black man, because instead of wanting to incentivize things more so, they want to control. They want to put you in positions where they control your behavior, control who you are, control your outcome, instead of actually giving you opportunities and information and doing the work so that you can make the best decision.
I think instead of saying the word mandate or require or any of that verbiage at all, then he should have used incentivize only, and that's it. And then it would have been a completely like different conversation, because if that was the case, if you're offering free trade school to young people who are having children and then period, that's it, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of different things that can be pulled out from it, and there's a lot of good stuff that should be addressed. But again, we get these guys that are obsessed with these right-wing, talking points, and then we have this guy who's pretty well off for what he does, and again, it tends to make you look like you seem everybody around you as the help in the work when you try to encourage that. So I get that's why a lot of people are a little off put by it, and it just seems like you rather not address the real issues that's going on. Instead you rather try to enforce whatever ideology you can and create this nuclear family, logic that, people perceive.
It's a really pretty Band-Aid.
Yeah, for the most part. It looks nice, but in the same thing, it's like, what stops the guy from having multiple children and going around things of that nature? Like, what things of that nature? But it's like, it's supposed to be the woman. Like, you're supposed to be the one stopping yourself from.
Yeah, you need to provide the woman with options so that she can not do this if she doesn't want to do this.
Well, I was just saying, look, being the second, third, and fourth woman, that's on her to not make her that.